I remember as a very tentative 5th grader full of trepidation about the annual junior ski meet, and going up to the top of the course and being comforted by John Haynes, who was the starter, as an example of the volunteerism that permeated everything here. And so that organization now continues to operate at Bridger Bowl in a very effective way, mostly with volunteer participation by families.
So you're talking now about the Bridger Ski Foundation.
It's now called the Bridger Ski Foundation. I later became interested in competition and joined the high school ski team, and we had Wally Eagle before I was there as a coach, followed by Dan Chandler, who was a tremendous powder skier and an icon in Bozeman. We had interaction with the MSU ski team. I remember the 1960 NCAAs with the downhill starting from the top of the ridge and coming virtually straight down.
The NCAA was either 59 or 61 or 59. 60, okay. And we were going up and doing the avalanche work, and we had a trail packed. Chittister was here, and he actually built a rope tow. Remember, you guys, a rope tow that he had a chainsaw engine that ran it, and that's how we got all of the racers and coaches and everybody up to the ridge. And it literally started right on the ridge where all of the towers are now and the ski patrol building is, and went right down what we call the hourglass. You know, it gets really narrow at the bottom as you come out of the top part of the sluice box, way up there. And I think Bob that set the downhill, but there was a couple of 2 or 3 turns up there, but not very many. And I remember during the practice, I was standing there with the ski patrol. We had a sled up there. We got up there with the rope tow, the Sun Valley sled at that time. And I remember telling one of the Colorado racers, I said, you know, you really want to slow down when you go through that narrow spot down there, because you'll be going really fast and you got to make that turn. And this guy kind of got this, yeah, sure. And we were practicing, and it snowed that night, and everybody had to pack the downhill. But on the edge of the actual race course was just like a foot or a foot and a half of snow. And I remember he went down, and I was watching him, and he didn't side slip down through the narrows down there. And when he came out of that, he must have been going about 100 miles an hour. He never even attempted the first turn. He just hit that snow and just cartwheeled and cartwheeled and cartwheeled down below there. But it was, you know how steep that is. They were really moving. Yeah. It was interesting, and the downhill did go down into the way up, off the face and off the john, and down into clear over the bottom of the North Pole. Yeah.
I got in big trouble at school because I skipped school for that 9th grade to watch that race, and Miss Rulene was the principal, and I came back to school and she saw the sun blisters on my neck.
One of the things that was really kind of interesting with that particular race, and it wasn't so much the downhill as such, but they had, I don't know who really developed them, but they had aluminum slalom poles and race poles, and they were colored red and blue, and they worked pretty good. You didn't want to hit them. You know, nowadays they just ski right over the pole, but you didn't want to hit those things because they were probably about 2.5 inches in diameter. And because of the sun, they would, in Bridger Bowl's notorious powder snow, it never did get compacted down below. Because of the sun, they'd heat up and they'd start to sink. And you'd be standing there watching at one of the gates, and pretty soon the pole, instead of being 5 feet tall, would be 4 foot tall, and then it'd be 3 foot high. I only saw those used 1 year.